Welcome, or welcome back, to Angry Roads.
We're here doing another SCP for you. Depending on how you've seen this is a popular one and not in order of a chronological order, I should say, or entry order.
So to explain the SCP Foundation is, pardon me, I had to burp, a collection of procedural documents in order to contain and understand random events?
Anomalies.
Anomalies, that's a good word. It's almost like you took it from them. To explain anomalies. And the anomaly that we are doing today is
SCP-3008. Or I think colloquially known as Infinite IKEA.
Which, I'm not going to lie, that sounds great.
Maybe, maybe not. So this is one I've read before.
I have not.
I've also watched videos on it before.
I have not.
It's new for Sussan. So, also, I'm Dave.
Oh, yeah, we said that we were going to do better intros. I am Sussan.
And we're Angry Roads.
Yes, we were doing Sleep Token videos, and now we're doing SCP videos.
Yes.
So if you would like to go back and watch the Sleep Token videos, that'll be somewhere.
There.
Good.
I think. So, SCP-3008. Let's just get into it.
Yes. Okay, so our object class is Euclid. And
I brought this up for us.
Wonderful. So the Euclid SCPs are anomalies that require more resources to contain completely or where containment isn't always reliable. So the SCP Foundation requires that you complete something called a locked box test. So if you lock it in a box, leave it alone, and you're not entirely sure what'll happen, probably Euclid.
And so that's what SCP-3008 is a Euclid class object.
Yes.
So let's begin with the special containment procedures. The retail park containing 3008 has been purchased by the Foundation and converted into Site. All public roads leading to or passing by Site have been redirected. The entrance to SCP-3008 is to be monitored at all times, and no one is to enter 3008 outside of testing as permitted by the senior researcher.
Right, so they're not only containing these things, they also research them and to see how they work.
I think depending on the one, depending on the object class.
Right.
If they can, if they can't.
Yeah,
it's also
right, yeah. Apocalypse, they're probably not jumping in there and being
testing it out every 15 minutes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Humans exiting 3008 are to be detained and then debriefed prior to the administration of amnestics.
Oh.
Now, an amnestic is, if I recently watched the Creepcast one, they described it very well. It's the Men in Black.
Oh,
thing.
okay, yeah, okay.
So before they erase your memory, basically, so that you don't freak out. Dependent upon the duration of their stay in 3008, a cover story may need to be generated prior to their release.
I guess that makes sense. If you've been in there for a year, I need to explain to you where that year's gone.
That's exactly right. Any other entities exiting 3008 are to be terminated.
Okay. Does that... Okay. We'll get there.
Well, no, talk to me now.
Because I'm like, but what is in an IKEA? The staff? Are the staff not allowed to come out? Because they were always very friendly. I don't know if you've ever shopped at an IKEA. I don't know if they have one in your country, but the staff are always lovely.
That's going to turn out for the worse later on in this video.
Oh, no. Okay, wow. Description. 3008 is a large retail unit previously owned by and branded as IKEA, a popular furniture retail chain. A person entering 3008 through the main entrance and then passing out of sight of the doors will find themselves translocated to 3008-1. This displacement will typically go unnoticed as no change will occur from the perspective of the victim. Victim, that's a lot. They will generally not become aware until they try to return to the entrance.
I can go.
Oh, okay, yeah, that'd be
Swap
lovely.
paragraphs,
Yeah.
3008-1 is a space resembling the inside of an IKEA furniture store, extending far beyond the limits of what could physically be contained within the dimensions of the retail unit. Current measurements indicate an area of at least 10 kilometers squared with no visible external terminators detected in any direction. Inconclusive results from the use of laser rangefinders has led to the speculation that the space may be infinite.
Okay, that does seem like a problem, but it is still an IKEA, so I might still have a wonderful time.
Maybe.
Okay, 3008-1 is inhabited by an unknown number of civilians trapped within prior to containment. Gathered data suggests that they have formed a rudimentary civilization within 3008-1, including the construction of settlements and fortifications for the purpose of defending against 3008-2, because they had me at the rudimentary civilizations, including constructions and settlements. Then they said fortifications, and I was like, I'm not really there to fight. But if we're living like our best lives in the IKEA,
You don't mind?
yeah, 100%. Is all the furniture already there? Am I still getting the ice cream?
I probably.
If it's an infinite IKEA, can I get meatballs?
We'll get there.
Okay, all right.
3008-2 are humanoid entities that exist within 3008-1.
Okay.
While superficially resembling humans, they possess exaggerated and inconsistent bodily proportions, often described as being too short or too tall.
Right.
They possess no facial features,
Nope.
and in all observed cases wear a yellow shirt and blue trousers consistent with the IKEA employee uniform.
I like that there are demons in there cosplaying as IKEA stuff. That's fantastic.
Okay.
3008-1 has a rudimentary day-night cycle determined by the overhead lighting within the space activating and deactivating at times consistent with the opening and closing times of the original retail store. During the night instances of...
During the
night instances of 300-2 will become violent towards all other life forms within 300-1. During these bouts of violence, they will be heard to vocalize phrases in English that are typically variations of "the store is now closed, please exit the building." Once day begins, 3008-2 instances immediately become passive and begin moving throughout 300-1 seemingly at random. They are unresponsive to questioning or verbal cues, though they will react violently if attacked. So what you're saying is during the day, I can be served.
Correct.
But at night,
Don't be served.
Don't be caught.
You might be served violence.
I see. Yeah, it seems like all they're serving is violence.
Yeah.
I mean, this is becoming less and less appealing, and I'm devastated that you've taken this from me. Because I was all ready to go. I was going to take the cat.
Yes.
We were going to go live in this IKEA.
I think it's unreasonable.
But now that there are humanoids...
With no face.
It's the no face that because I was like, the violence with the no face.
No face is always a bit much.
I can't do it, especially during the night, and they're just shambling. Nah, absolutely not.
3008-1 is known to have one or more exits located within, though these exits do not appear to have a fixed position, making it difficult to leave 3008-1 once inside. Using any other door besides the main entrance to enter the structure or breaking through the walls of the retail unit leads to the non-anomalous interior of the original store.
What does that mean?
So I think they're saying that if you break through the walls, it leads back into the non-freaky, the 3008, not 3008-1.
Okay,
But then you wander and then you get lost back in again. So there's no way out that way.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because
once you've lost sight of the door,
yes,
then it's out.
Right, because then it doesn't matter if I break through this wall.
Yeah.
If the entrance is over here, because I'll just end up here
And
and
then
it'll cycle me back to over here.
Exactly.
It'll cycle me from -1. No, it'll cycle me from non-dash to -1.
Exactly. So I think that the point is, if you were to break through a wall and the main entrance was then visible,
then I could
you
leave.
could leave. And
Right.
that's how they talk about people who leave, I suppose. That's what they're saying at the beginning.
I get
so
you.
people do come out.
Yeah,
Or they can.
I get you.
But you have to find the exit.
During the day.
Yeah, please. During the day. That's exactly right.
Since containment began, 14 individuals have managed to escape 3008. Following extensive debriefing, all individuals have been administered amnestics and released.
Okay. So that's the description of Infinite IKEA.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not a good place to go. You don't want to go there.
No, I probably can't even leave with the things I bought.
No. And meatballs probably old.
Wonder what they're eating in there.
Well, let's keep reading and find out.
Oh, good. Okay. I keep forgetting to look at the camera.
Yeah. Well, you can look at me. That's fine.
Hello.
The next part of this is an incident. Incident 3008-1. So, at 12:37 on Redacted, a human male exited 3008, followed 10 seconds later by an instance of 3008-2. 3008-2 caught and killed the man before itself being terminated by armed response personnel. This incident represents the only time an instance of 3008-2 has been seen exiting 3008. A full autopsy on the corpse was performed. See 3008-2 autopsy log for more details. We'll get to that. The man was carrying an IKEA-branded journal, seeming to document his time in 3008-1, transcribed below verbatim. So let's get into the journal.
You know how much I love a journal.
I just want to see if there is the... I don't see the autopsy log, but we'll find it. All right, journal.
Okay, so I'm writing this to document what I can only assume is my sudden descent into insanity. I can't possibly be that bad a navigator, and yet as I write this, I've been trapped in IKEA for 2 days. I haven't seen another person in the entire time I've been here. I thought it was a prank at first. Turn the place into a maze, get all the people out, and see how long it takes me to get lost. Then everyone has a good laugh. Realized that wasn't the case when I tried to backtrack. Everything had changed, so I ended up lost. Instead of an exit, it was just row after row of bookcases. So I'm trapped in IKEA. Sounds like the setup for a bad joke. The lights went out at 10 p.m. Nearly gave me a fucking heart attack. That loud electrical thud sound, and then pitch blackness. I don't like the dark. Place is full of beds though, and my phone has a torch on it, but damn no signal. So I found a bed and went to sleep. Thank you. Spent most of the next day trying to find my way out with no luck. Did find a restaurant serving those meatballs though, so at least I won't starve. I might be back in. What was I up to? That's probably the punchline to that joke. Anyway, they were still warm and fresh, but I haven't seen anyone around who could have cooked them. Made my way back to the beds before the lights cut out again since it's too dark to search with them off. It's 9:10 now. The lights came back on a little while ago. I'm sure I've searched the entire area around where I came in. I'm sure I've searched the entire area around where I came in now, and the exit obviously isn't here, so I'm going to pick a direction and hope for the best. I mean, free meatballs.
Free meatballs, but pitch blackness.
I can't do... I don't even understand how he's going to sleep. Like, that's...
Well, at some point you just get tired.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. What else do you do?
Oh my God. Well, I guess, like, if there's also no sounds...
Yeah, that's it.
Then I guess, yeah, maybe. But, like, that's a very strong maybe. Anyway, your turn.
Yeah. Day 3 of my magical IKEA mystery adventure. If I wasn't sure that there was something seriously weird about this place before, I am now. I walked for 3 hours in more or less a straight line, insert IKEA joke here, before I came across a ladder next to one of those huge stock shelves they have here. Climbed up to get my bearings, and it looks like this place just stretches on forever. Like that scene from Lion King, except instead of trees and grass, it was all shelves and tables and crap. I did see a person moving not too far away though, so I headed over.
Oh God.
Thought it was a staff member at first. It was wearing the uniform. And hell, maybe it was. Maybe freakish 7-foot-tall monsters with long arms, short legs, and no faces are just the kinds of thing they want working at Super IKEA.
Makes sense.
Damn thing completely ignored me though, and with no eyes or ears, I can't even be sure it knew I was there. Thought about shoving it or something to get its attention, but its hands were big enough to crush a watermelon, so I decided against it.
Oh my God.
It just kept moving along, and eventually I lost sight of it, so I decided to carry on the way I was going. Anyway, no comfy bed for me tonight. Looks like I've entered the improbably hard and pointy table section of the store. Guess I'll have to make do with some bunched up tablecloths. Phone battery died during the day too. Didn't work anyway, but I feel like I've just lost some vital lifeline.
I'd be very sad.
Without your phone?
Yeah.
Like
even though it doesn't work? No.
Yeah.
Because what if I could figure something out?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. You ever see one of those cartoons where they're going through doors in a hallway and they just pop out of another door in the same hallway? That's just how I feel right now. I've seen nothing but the same identical bookshelf for 2 days now. Just row after row after row of them. I mean, come on. I love books as much as the next guy, but this is excessive. I'm obviously still moving forwards though. I can see signs hanging overhead passing by. Too bad none of them say, exit. Not sure who I was addressing that question to. Let's just say it was practice for the autobiography I'm going to write when I get out of here. I'll call it my perfectly normal trip to regular old IKEA. And then he's written, if I ever get out, and then crossed it out because he's trying to have a positive mindset.
I was going to say, it's just positive mindset business, I think.
I have no phone, so really what else have I got?
Yeah, that's true. Finally, some other people. Yeah, it turns out I'm not the only poor bastard trapped in here. Lucky for me, I guess. My 6th night here, 2 of those staff things came at me in the dark. Different from the first one I saw, but still messed up. Heard them coming. They were saying that the store was closed and I had to leave the building. All nice and polite, like. I'm not sure which part was weirder, that they don't have mouths, or that they were apparently trying to kill me while they were saying it.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. What are they talking through?
They came at me like rabid dogs. So I legged it, sprinting through IKEA in the dark like a fucking madman. I saw it when I cleared another stand of those giant stock shelves, all lit up with torches and floodlights. They've built a whole town in here. Got a massive wall built out of shelves and beds and tables and whatever else. I swear to God, it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Anyway, I guess they saw me coming, or maybe they heard my girlish, crossed out, manly bellows of fear, because they had a gate open and 2 people were there waving me in. Heard the staff things slam into the gate behind me after it closed, still politely informing us that the store was now closed. They wandered off eventually though. They call the town Exchange because that's what's on the sign hanging from the ceiling directly above it. Exchange and returns. All lit up against the night using lights they found and plugged into the power lines. And there are beds and food and people. Over 50 wonderful people with regular sized limbs and a full set of facial features. It's now my 7th night here. And the first one not spent in darkness. A full week living in IKEA. There's probably a TV show in that somewhere.
I like that they have a little town.
Exchange.
Hello, welcome to Exchange. And I guess, like, it's not like when you watch the apocalypse shows and it's like, well, are you infected? Because you're either normal limbed and with face.
Yeah.
Or you're an IKEA staff member.
Exactly. Yeah, you either are a normal person or not.
Yes, that's exactly it. Now that I'm around other people, I'm starting to feel more normal. Maybe normal isn't the word. But after a week with only the sound of my own footsteps for company, I was becoming increasingly sure I'd just gone nuts. That I was tied up in some padded room somewhere, banging my head against the wall. But no, I feel quite sane now. Thank you very much. Apparently there are other towns out there. Some with more people, some with less. Sweet, merciful Jesus, how many people are in this IKEA? I found that fairly mind-boggling. How can that many people go missing with no one noticing? Surely someone would have noticed that everyone who goes to IKEA seems to fucking vanish. Or maybe it's not everyone. Maybe we're just the lucky ones. The people here just call those staff monster things the staff, and that's with a capital S. Apparently they are fine during the day, minding their own business, walking the aisles. As soon as those lights go out though, they go fucking bonkers. So during the day, the people go out to find food, water, and whatever else they need. Apparently there are restaurants and shops around that randomly get restocked. No one knows how. Maybe the staff do it. Apparently they aren't very good at their jobs though, because the restocking sometimes takes a while, which means that food needs to be rationed. Maybe if they weren't so busy chasing people around in the dark, they'd get more done. Anyway, when night comes, the staff go nuts and everyone holds up inside the walls. Apparently it's the same everywhere in this place, whatever this place is. The IKEA, from whence all other IKEAs sprang. Or maybe we're still just in the regular IKEA and this is all some kind of fever dream brought on by mind-numbing boredom. Who knows? Right, because I did wonder if a complication would be involved, because if we're just going out during the day and just being like, we're just going to the restaurant, it's just 7 aisles over.
Yeah.
And just grabbing resources and going back, but it's not restocked every day.
Yeah, that's it. You've
it's
got to
a
ration
random
it.
drop.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows who's doing it and when.
Yes, exactly.
Been here 10 days now. Most of the people I asked said they stopped keeping track a long time ago, and one guy, Chris, said he's been here for years.
No, Chris, absolutely unacceptable.
Years.
Chris.
Apparently there are rumours of people who do manage to get out, and of people who see the exit only to have it vanish before their very eyes.
Oh my god.
I get the feeling not everyone believes that, but I do. Explains how we got stuck here in the first place, sort of. And I mean, come on, staff monsters, row after endless row of high-quality Swedish furniture. I don't know why they would find a disappearing door so hard to believe in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Anyway, I went out scavenging for food at a nearby shop with Sandra and Jerry today. Once you learn the landmarks of this place, it's not so hard to navigate. The overhead signs help a lot, but there are others. Not too far in the distance, a huge section of those giant stock shelves has collapsed against each other, and way off in the east, we all assume it's east anyway, apparently IKEA doesn't sell compasses, is some kind of tower that looks like it's made of wood, reaches all the way to the ceiling. Maybe they were trying to break out through the roof. Lights up at night, so there must be people up there. But it's apparently a few days' walk, which means it must be miles away, so no one here really knows for sure. Apparently I got incredibly lucky sleeping out in the open for a week without getting ripped to bits by the staff. That's me. Lucky, lucky, lucky. We found some food in the shop. Guess the staff restocked it during the night, which was nice for them. There was a telephone on the wall, so I figured I'd try it out. There was a voice on the other end, but they were just talking nonsense. Random words strung together with no real meaning. You ever see that video of someone with aphasia? Kinda sounded like that. Didn't answer me when I spoke to them anyway. Sandra says all the phones are the same. Oops, asking the journal questions again.
I was thinking last night, the ceiling on this place is pretty high, and as far as anyone can tell, it goes on forever. Shouldn't there be some kind of weather in here? I'm sure I read about some NASA building that was so big it had its own weather patterns, with butts and stuff. With butts and stuff? With clouds. I hate you.
What a great moment. I have an extension on my Google Chrome called Cloud to Butt Plus, and it changes instances of the word cloud to butt. It's an in-joke of mine that I've been playing on myself for many years, and I just caught Suzanne in one of those. It's great.
As I said it, I was like, with butts, the cloud.
Apologies.
This place is definitely bigger than that. But now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure I've never felt so much as a temperature change in here. I'll add it to the grand list of weird bullshit.
The staff attacked the exchange last night. Must have been 20 or 30 of them all just asking us to leave the store calm as you'd like, while trying to smash the walls down with their bare hands. Apparently this happens pretty regularly, so everyone was prepared for it. Knives from the restaurants, lawnmower blades made into hatchets, a fire axe. One guy, Wasim, even made a functional crossbow.
Dope.
Anyway, the walls have holes in them, which I hadn't noticed before, specifically so we can stab out at the staff when they attack. Took a couple of them down myself. They don't seem to bleed, which is weird, but they go down as easy as a regular person once you start sticking holes in them. We had to haul the bodies away in the morning. Apparently the dead ones will attract more during the night, so we have to get them away from exchange. We have a couple of those trolley things they use to move big boxes around, so we loaded them up and took them over to pickup. Apparently people just name everything in here after whatever sign is hanging overhead. Pickup was grisly. There were hundreds, maybe thousands of dead staff. Maybe thousands of dead staff all piled up. There was no smell, which was a blessing. Apparently, in addition to not bleeding, these things don't rot either. My curiosity got the better of me while we were unloading them, so I took a look at one of the more cut up ones. They're just skin, or something that looks like skin all the way through. No muscle, no bone, no organs. Are they even really alive in the first place? They certainly seem like they have bones when they're moving around, pounding on the walls. And I'm sure I felt more resistance than just skin when the knife went in during the night. Maybe something happens to them when they die. Just one more thing on the ever-increasing list of weird shit that goes on in here, I guess.
Something occurred to me after the staff attack the other night. Every time you see a situation like this on TV or in a film, like it's the end of the world or everyone is trapped on an island or whatever, once groups like ours start to form, people always seem to turn on each other, fighting for food or dominance or whatever else. That hasn't happened here. Apparently people from other towns come by from time to time just to check in or occasionally to trade if they're short on something, but everyone's always cordial. Friendly even. Maybe it's the threat of the staff, or perhaps the constant restocking of supplies in the shop means that there's nothing much to fight over. Maybe people are just getting better than they are generally given credit for. That's a nice thought. I'll go with that one.
A dozen people showed up at the gates this afternoon from a town called Trolleys. Apparently the staff broke through the walls and tore the town apart during the night. These 12 are the only survivors out of over 100.
Wow.
We let them in, obviously. One more point in the human decency column. Later, I asked if anyone knew how many of these towns there were out there. Between us and the new folks, we managed to come up with over 20 names. 20 towns filled with people. And who knows how many beyond that. The motto for this place should be, how is that even possible? Surely someone, somewhere must be looking for thousands of people that must be in here.
Wow. I've been here for a little over 2 months now. Not that much changes as it turns out. A couple of new people showed up, same story as the rest of us. Nice little trip to IKEA, and suddenly they're trapped in Billy Bookcase's house of faceless weirdos. The staff attack the exchange once or twice a week. We kill them and haul their bodies off. Sometimes they hurt some of us first. They killed a guy named Jared a couple of weeks back. It was awful, frankly. Turns out regular humans still bleed in here, even if the staff don't. We tried our best, but none of us are doctors. Jared was a good guy. He deserved better. We all do. It occurred to me a couple of days after that. None of us were really looking for a way out of here. I didn't even know where I'd start.
One of those quadcopter things with a camera attached buzzed past Exchange today. I thought it meant that someone was finally looking for us, that help was on the way. Apparently it's not the first time that this has happened though. Same thing happened a few months ago, and everyone's still here. No idea if it saw us. It didn't stop if it did. Just kept flying until we could no longer see it. Note: based on the recovery time of the journal, this entry appears to line up approximately with our first successful test piloting a drone inside 3008-1.
Okay.
Analysis of the footage shows a walled settlement under a sign labelled Exchange and Returns. Attempts to relocate the settlement failed. Origin of previously sighted drones is unknown.
Right, so the whole structure changes constantly.
Everything's just shifting.
Right.
Yeah. There's just no way out.
I thought potentially just the exit was.
I think everything is moving. Yeah.
Everything.
All right, back to the journal.
All right. I started talking to people about the stuff they miss from home during dinner today. Probably not the best idea I've ever had. Everyone seemed pretty down after. A bunch of people here have family. Husbands, wives, kids, dogs. Franklin apparently has a pet llama, though I'm not sure I buy that. But apparently some of the people here have some seriously odd gaps in their knowledge. 3 of them had never heard of the International Space Station. 2 of them seemed to think was the Prime Minister, and 1 of them had apparently never heard of the Statue of Liberty. I believe them too. They seemed just as confused as the rest of us. The more I thought about it though, the more it started to explain a few things. What if the reason no one is looking for us missing people is because we haven't all come from the same place? This is going to sound weird, but maybe that should be the motto for this place. But what if all the people here have come from different dimensions, realities, whatever you call it? I've seen enough TV shows to know the drill. Sarah comes from a place where there is no Statue of Liberty. Liberty. They didn't launch a space station where Wasim is from. If everyone here came from different places, even from ones that seem identical, there'd be no huge missing persons panic. No mass search. We'd just be a blip. A single missing person in a world of non-stop news. Well, that was a fun train of thought.
Right, it's pretty interesting.
Yes.
The thought that it's just picking people from random dimensions, but the IKEA exists in all of them.
Oh my god, I was about to say, I love that IKEA is prolific enough.
Yeah, that it's just in every dimension.
100%. It is the constant of all universes.
It is the focal point.
Yes, IKEA.
Just realised that yesterday was the 6-month anniversary of my arrival here.
Christ.
I wonder if IKEA sells party hats. The routine around here has remained more or less the same. More new folk show up, one every couple of weeks or so. Food supplies go up and down, but we've never actually had a major shortage. Occasionally we get a visitor from one of the nearby towns, usually checkouts or aisle 630.
Oh.
We check in with each other from time to time, occasionally trade supplies if someone gets particularly low on something. It's comforting in a way. A reminder that we aren't alone in here, some small glimmer of civilization. Sometimes they bring medical supplies. Apparently there's a pharmacy a few towns down from checkouts that's restocked every now and again. So they share out what they can. I've never heard of an IKEA with a pharmacy before, but at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if someone stumbled into an IKEA organ harvesting lab, which would certainly explain the staff. Speaking of our faceless jailers, their attacks have been getting worse lately, 3 or 4 times a week now, with twice as many staff as there used to be. No idea where they all come from or why the attacks have increased. We tried following them during the day a few weeks ago, me and Sarah. Wanted to see if they lead back to a staff room or something. Didn't seem to go anywhere though, just randomly walked through the aisles. We had to turn back before we found anything. We've been reinforcing the walls, trying to arm ourselves better. Certainly no lack of materials to use. Wasim's been making more crossbows, but it's pretty slow going. Too bad IKEA doesn't sell guns.
Yeah, I have to keep reminding myself that it's an IKEA, not a Costco.
Yeah, that's it. Doesn't have everything.
No.
Quick note on that one. No new personnel have entered 3008 at site in the time span indicated in this entry.
Right.
So none of the people are Foundation members.
Yes.
Yeah.
The attacks are getting bad now, almost every night, and with so many staff that the bodies almost pile high enough for others to climb the walls. I think we're in real trouble here.
You can read this one too, maybe.
I think exchange is done. We got hit pretty hard last night. Not many casualties, but the wall is wrecked. We finally figured out why the attacks have been escalating too. A box of supplies had a chunk of one of the staff in there. A box of supplies had a chunk of one of the staff in there.
And they're attracted to the bodies. So that's why
they
didn't realise. Yeah.
No idea how it happened, but apparently a piece of one will draw them as well as a full body. Too late now in any case. There's too many bodies for us to haul away and still have time to fix the wall before tonight. Candace has called a meeting. I suspect there will be talk about abandoning exchange, maybe try and get shelter at checkouts or something. It's already getting late though. I don't think we'll have enough time to make it. Maybe for some of us will. I was fine for the first week out in the dark after all. But then, how often can I keep getting lucky? I'm only writing this for a sense of closure, I guess. For me, or for anyone who finds this. If this is my final entry here, I hope whoever is reading this is doing so from outside this place. My biggest fear, if I do die tonight, I'll just wake up here again in the morning.
Note, this is the last entry. It is assumed that while attempting to reach the checkout settlement, he was separated from the rest of the group by a pursuing 3008-2 instance, and he just happened upon the exit.
Aye.
Can you imagine? He was just
there.
He was just there, but because that thing was chasing him, yeah. And so that is 3008. I'm a little confused because I don't see
the autopsy.
The autopsy. It doesn't have a link.
So it says this incident represents the only time it has been observed. A full autopsy of the corpse was performed. See, yeah, good thinking. Okay. So we have gone to.
I'll put this link up as well.
Fandom website.
Yeah, that's it. It's the. It's still another wiki page, but, yeah, there's some images. It looks like somebody drew these in paint. Yeah, that's paint.
Cool. Well, go down. They had a.
That's just a comment. Right. So let's just quickly read the autopsy log. Mm-hmm. This autopsy was given confirmation to by Dr. and Agent. The Foundation finally got an SCP-3008-2 instance outside of the IKEA. They tried to keep as much of it intact while killing it, only cutting off a foot, and waiting for it to finally give up on life.
They cut off its foot?
They only cut off a foot. They were shooting it, so its foot fell off, I guess.
Right.
So here are the notable things about in the autopsy. The employee had absolutely no blood, organs, or any necessary functions of life.
Cool.
It had no sexual reproductive organs or anything to reproduce.
Cool.
It was all stuck together. No bones or anything. It was just one big block of skin. Mm. It did have one item inside of its body, a redacted, which was found where the heart was supposed to be. 3008-2 regenerated back to life after the autopsy, making personnel think that once outside of 3008-1, it can become even more anomalous.
Okay. Autopsy log 2. The second autopsy was on the 4th of the 8th and was authorized by Dr. and his partner
052.
Cool. They wanted to try and see whether doing the autopsy while the SCP is alive will have any different results. So far, there haven't been any.
So they just keep cutting up into this thing, and it just keeps not having anything in it?
Yes, but also... Well, okay, so it regenerates outside of the IKEA, but not in the IKEA, because they just had all those dead ones.
Yeah, but I guess they also mentioned that they took something out of it. where the heart was supposed to be. And so maybe that then just reanimated it. Like, that it started it up again, or who knows. It, like, I don't know, that's a little bit annoying to me, to be honest, that it's written there and it's the only important thing that's redacted. I understand why, because that's the way the Foundation stuff works. But I think the thought is, I can't tell now if it's a heart or if it was a bullet.
Yeah.
That they removed from where the heart was supposed to be, and because they did that, it then regenerated.
Oh, I get you. I hadn't even thought about that. In my mind, I'm like, so what was it, like a hot dog? Like... Yeah,
something like, I don't know if it's something that was stopping it from regenerating or if it was like a vital organ. It's only one organ that it's got.
But even still, like, that still only exists outside of the IKEA, because the ones on the inside of the IKEA were dead. Because he said there was thousands of dead ones.
Yeah, but so, like, let's say they stabbed somebody and then it doesn't regenerate because it's still got pieces of metal in it or something, like some little shards of something.
I get you, yeah.
Or is it that because that heart needs to be removed, that can then regenerate and then they can come back to life? Who knows?
I mean, yes, I guess we never will know.
No, that's exactly right. So tell me your thoughts. Infinite IKEA.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, strange.
Very strange.
But pretty cool.
Yes, very fleshed out. I like that they used the trolleys.
Yeah, that's it. I like the names of the places, and I like the character. They don't really give a name.
No, I don't think he has a name.
He never says a name, but I like the character himself. He seems relatable and reasonable. It was not written in... I'm going to guess the UK, because something was the Prime Minister.
He also said... He's like, and I legged it. And I was like, okay, so you're British.
But then I thought to myself, because these people all come from different dimensions, one with the Statue of Liberty doesn't exist and blah, 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 could be an American person, but they just have a Prime Minister instead of a president there.
Yeah, that's true, actually. That's true.
We don't actually know where this person comes from. The only people we can quote-unquote trust are... The Foundation members.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe he comes from
Exactly.
He doesn't come from this dimension.
Yeah, that's it. So, who knows? But
I wonder if you come out in your dimension.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? Nobody's ever come out that they haven't wiped the memory of, and they don't give us a lot of those debriefing logs. They don't give us any debriefing logs.
Because I might come out... Because if I've gone in...
Yeah.
And I might not come out at the same place, you know what I mean? If I'm from World A, does one of these IKEAs exist in every reality? Or am I going in a portal and dropping into that IKEA, and when you come out of that IKEA, it is our reality?
So I think that the IKEA that's in every reality is SCP-3008.
Right.
Because it's a normal IKEA.
Yeah.
But it exists in every reality. And as you walk in there, you end up in 3008-1, which then shifts around and keeps you trapped and has these terrible things for no real purpose. We can't really understand, but obviously...
They weren't even eating them.
No, it's like Attack on Titan.
Oh my God, I was just thinking of Attack on Titan.
I knew you were.
That is always my distinction of, did it eat the thing that it killed? Then it's buck wild. Do you remember when they told us that the Titans don't even eat them? They don't even need to be eating them. They just are. Anyway, if you haven't watched Attack on Titan, it is a fucking fantastic anime.
At least the first season. The rest of it is utter trash.
Well,
in my opinion.
I got through season 2. I think that's where I finished.
Forget it.
We're not here to talk about Attack on Titan.
But that was Infinite IKEA.
I liked it.
Yeah, great.
I'd love to know what your thoughts
please,
are on it.
Let us know below. And if you have any theories about, what the IKEA is for, what the staff are doing, and also if you have suggestions for other popular ones you'd like us to read, so when we break away from the chronological ones, it's a new thing for us to read, let us know below.
I wish they had found a staff room.
In my head, that's where the medicine was coming from, but then again, because it's an IKEA in a different dimension, maybe they just do sell medicine there.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought of it that way, but you're right. Yeah, maybe it is just an IKEA that
has a staff room, or an IKEA that has a medical
pharmacy.
Place.
Yeah,
correct.
Because in my mind, I was like, oh no, you're thinking of a Costco because it has the pharmacy and the optometrist, and maybe they're one and the same.
Maybe.
Oh, wouldn't that be beautiful? What a world.
Well. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you.
Comment, like, subscribe.
And until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.